What's up, guys? I'm Sparkster28 and welcome to episode 6 of Sparks Talks. Today's episode will be about the Star Fox series, mostly about how I got into it, what it means to me, and what I want to see with the future of this series, if there even is going to be a future, which I really hope there is. So how did I get into Star Fox? Well, I didn't grow up with a lot of Nintendo games. I mostly grew up with Sega games. My first system was actually a Sega Genesis, and the way I got into Star Fox was actually thanks to Smash Brothers. I played specifically Smash Brothers Melees. 64 was good, but Melee is what really got me into a lot more Nintendo series. But yeah, because of that, I like playing Fox, so I wanted to play some Star Fox games. The first one I got was actually Star Fox Assault. I believe one of my friends did let me borrow Star Fox 64 a while back, but I didn't have too many memories of that. It wasn't until I did my Let's Play of Star Fox 64 that I really started liking that game. Because I guess when I first played 64, when I got it from my friend, I was a bit young. But yeah, Assault was my first Star Fox game, and I loved it. I actually like it better than 64. I know most people say, oh, Star Fox 64 is the best Star Fox game, but I'm more into Assault. There are only a few Star Fox games I haven't really played, and that's if you count the canceled Star Fox 2, which I do have a copy of. I haven't played the original Star Fox or Star Fox 2, so yeah, just two of them. I do plan to play those sometime soon. Well, not sometime soon, but sometime. But yeah, I've played 64, I've played Adventures, I've played Assault, and I've played Command, and I've played Zero. Oh yeah, and I haven't played Guard, but I don't really think that counts. But yeah, 64 I thought was a pretty fun game. Oh yeah, with Adventures, how that was a bit of a departure from the Star Fox series. Yeah, my opinion on Adventures, I thought it was pretty fun. It was kind of like watered down Zelda, but still fun. It's just a lot easier than any Zelda game I've ever played. I've never died in Star Fox Adventures. To be fair, I've never actually died in a Zelda game either. And like I said, Assault, despite it being short, is my favorite Star Fox game. Command, ooh, wasn't too fond of Command. I mean, the only problem was I really couldn't play it too long because my hands would start to hurt because of the controls, you know. You had to do everything with the stylus. The only thing with the buttons and the control pad did was fire your lasers, so yeah. And Zero, ugh. I had such high hopes for Zero, but it's just 64 all over again, and the controls, ugh. If they had made it so you didn't have to use motion controls, it would have been so much better. I really have nothing to say about Guard. I haven't played that yet. I have it, I just haven't played it. In early 2016, Koei Tecmo wanted to make a Star Fox Warriors game, but it never got past the design stage, and Nintendo just said no. Real shame. I would have liked to see what that would have looked like. But oh well. Just to let you guys know, this episode is being recorded without a script. The other episodes I had a script, but this one I'm just speaking because I know that's how podcasts usually are. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that. It seems like Smash Brothers is really the only game series where the Star Fox characters get a lot of love, because I know Fox and Falco and Wolf back in Brawl were pretty good characters to use. A lot of people loved using them. And to this day in Smash 4, I know Fox and Falco are still some of the most used characters. It's just a shame that they get love in that series, but their own series hasn't really been doing that well ever since 64, I'd say. I know Adventures and Assault and Command, and I think even 64 3D didn't do as well rating-wise as the original 64. I'm really hoping that Star Fox continues. I really like this series. I grew up playing a lot of space shooters like this, so it's pretty cool to play one on Nintendo systems. What do I want for the future of Star Fox? Well, if Platinum Games is going to make the next Star Fox, hopefully there is a next Star Fox, and if they keep going with this whole rebooting the games like they have been with Zero, if I guess next would be a remake of Star Fox Adventures. If Platinum Games were to handle that, that would be really cool, because I would love to see a Star Fox Adventures with Platinum Games handling the combat. Man, that would be so much fun, similar to like Metal Gear Rising or Bayonetta. That would be so cool. I just hope that Nintendo lets Platinum Games do more of what they want. Don't implement any stupid motion controls like Star Fox Zero had. Maybe make it so that you play as Crystal more often, and maybe so you can actually fight with her staff, because the only time you get to use her staff is when you're controlling Fox. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool. And as for anything else, I mean, Star Fox Command had a lot of endings, and I don't really know if any of them are canon or not, but they could make some games based on some of those endings. Like one of them, you see Fox and Crystal get together and they have a kid, and their son makes a new Star Fox team. Maybe make a game based off that. I want something. They need to stop reusing the Star Fox 64 story, because that's been done like 3 times now. Star Fox 64 and now Zero. And then there was 64 3D. I know that's just a port of 64, but still. Any of you remember that a while back, I believe in 2012, there was a rumor that there was going to be a Star Fox and Metroid crossover? I mean, it got debunked, but I think that would have been a pretty cool crossover. They're both sci-fi franchises. I mean, they play pretty differently. I mean, Metroid, you see, that's kind of what started the whole Metroidvania thing, that and Castlevania, of course. And Star Fox is more of a space shooter with adding in on-foot missions with Assault, but I don't know. I think they could have worked something out with those two franchises. It's a shame that it never happened. Going back to Star Fox Warriors for a second, I'm kind of wondering how that would have even worked. I mean, most of the time they just fight using blasters. I mean, the only melee weapon I've seen, is Crystal's staff from Adventures. I mean, I guess if Crystal was playable, that would be her main weapon. I just wonder, like, how would they handle special attacks and awakening? I mean, would Landmasters and R-Wings even come into play? I don't know. I would have liked to see something from Koei Tecmo about this before Nintendo shot them down, but like I said before, there was nothing about it. It got shot down very quickly. Hell, if they do end up remaking most of the Star Fox games, what if they remake Star Fox Assault and Star Fox Command? Star Fox Assault, I mean, if they were to remake that, I would say, make the game longer. That's one issue I had with Assault, was that the game was too short. I mean, the story just wraps up too quickly. And Command, I mean, my issue was the same as everyone else. The controls are just not good. If they were to remake Command, it'd most likely be for the 3DS. I don't know if they'd make that for the Switch or whatever Nintendo plans to do after the Switch, but I don't think we have to worry about the something replacing the Switch for a long time. Going back to Star Fox Command for a second, the whole story of that game was almost like a fucking soap opera. Just the team disbanded. Fox ordered Crystal to leave. He was too worried about her, and their relationship was never the same after that. I mean, depending on how you played the game, she either gets back with him or not. They really need to avoid doing that for the next Star Fox. Don't make it into a soap opera. Okay, to end this off, I'm just gonna say what I want for a future Star Fox game. Gameplay-wise, I want, good space combat, like in Star Fox Assault, Star Fox Zero without the motion controls. I think without the motion controls, it would have been amazing. I really like the parts of the dogfights when you're fighting Star Wolf, and if you fly close to them, it goes slow-mo. That was awesome. Bring that back for the next Star Fox. If they want to bring it on foot, that's fine. I like the on-foot parts of Star Fox Assault. If they want to improve on it, I would say make it third-person over the shoulder. That's always fun in my opinion. And story-wise, I don't know what they would do. I mean, Andross is pretty much dead. After Adventures, I don't think he's coming back. He didn't come back in Assault. In Command, I think it was like a ghost or something. Yeah, they just need to find a new villain. I mean, they're in space. They can fight they can make a new kind of alien race for them to fight against. But yeah, I just want Star Fox to succeed. I really want a new game, and I want it to be good. I mean, we were all hyped up for Zero, and look what happened. It's a real disappointment. And I will say this about Command. One thing I thought they did really well was how each character had different ships with different abilities. Bring that back too. That was one thing Command did right. I like that. Just some of their ships kind of sucked, but I mean that's kind of to be expected when you have a choice. I mean when you have different kinds of, well, in this case, vehicles. But yeah, bring that back for the next Star Fox. It's kind of disappointing after Command they didn't do that, but I guess that's because Command didn't do that well. So yeah. That's all I have to say. That'll be all. If I think of any, I don't think I'll just have to wait. Maybe at this year's E3 we'll see if they announce a new Star Fox, but I have my doubts. I am going to talk about E3 soon. That's going to be my next episode, so stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Sparks Talks. Like I said before, this one was done live, no script. I just spoke my mind. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I might do it like this from now on, since that's usually how podcasts are done. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for my usual Let's Plays and more episodes of Sparks Talks. See you later.